Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to another video. Apologies for the lack of videos over the weekend. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know exactly why. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go and follow me on Twitter. But I promise you, this week we're going to have a full week of videos, Monday through to Sunday. We'll have some streams on Tuesday and Thursday night, obviously, as well. And maybe even one at the weekend as well, if I've got time and things like that. So that could be quite interesting. A full week of videos. And we're starting off today with a 3-game special. We've got Ferencváros, the team that we are battling at the top of the table. We've got Debrecen. And then after that, we've got our first group stage game in the Europa League. It's against Ludogorets. So there is plenty to get through in today's episode. We're going to jump straight into the Ferencváros game pretty quickly. Since you were last here, nothing has happened because last time you were here, we managed to get through into the Europa League by beating Diosgyőr 5-3 on aggregate, there in the playoff round of the Europa League. Fantastic stuff. Diosgyőr go into the Europa Conference League, so we've got plenty of Hungarian competition this season in European competitions. We also beat Ferencváros last episode. It was off camera, but beat them 3-1, which is fantastic, which meant we stayed on top of the table, 3 points ahead of our title rivals, Ferencváros. If we beat them today, we go 6 points clear of them, and that is something that would be amazing only 5 games into the season. You'll also have seen last episode we had a lot of money coming into the club in terms of competition prize money for the Europa League. We've got new training and youth facilities on the way, although we might not be here by the time they are finished. We might have moved on at that stage, but it's nice to leave Pushkash Academy in a good position after we left. Someone in the comment section there last time said I'm surprised I didn't ask for a coaching course, and I didn't because I thought I was already on a coaching course. Turns out I'm not already on a coaching course. I've actually now got my national C license, if I can find my profile. I've got my national European continental C license. That's what I meant to say. Continental C license. Apparently my level of discipline is 24. That's a bit of a bizarre one. I need to get a screenshot of that and put that. What the hell? Probably a good idea actually to go and post that on the SI forums as a bug, because that doesn't quite seem right, but I'll take 24 discipline. You'll love to see it. Basically what that means is any player that's got any issue just isn't going to come to me at all, because I'm very disciplined, apparently. You love to see it either way, because it means they won't come and talk to me about their issues. Anyway, the real reason that I came on here was because actually I'm not currently on a coaching course, so I'm going to ask for a coaching course right now, which would be fantastic. How has this turned up? How is that? What on earth? I literally... Wow, okay. I mean, I can edit my manager, apparently. Okay. I mean, I could maybe change the... I mean, the pink and blue is more for the Grasshopper save, really. We're currently in, like, yellow and purple. Should make the shirt a bit purpler. Nice purple shirt. And a yellow tie whilst we're at it. Why not? I've clicked on... Okay, can I actually... start a coaching course now? Just let me click it. That's very bizarre. I must have clicked the wrong thing, maybe. I must have clicked the wrong thing. Either way, they're going to give me a coaching course, which is good. I don't know how I've managed to... there wasn't anything there to click, was there? I don't know how I've done that, but there we go. The Magic of Football Manager, 24 discipline and editing your manager details in the middle of the game. So I said we'd dive straight into today's episode. We've not done that yet so far, have we? Because we've been distracted by various other things. Right, straight into it. Mreza in goal for this game against Ferencváros with Sloboda, Jordanov, Brankovic and Turitsov at the back. A very new backline to last season. It's getting used to saying those names at the back. The midfield, though, is very familiar. Lenigel, Rossili and Georgievich. Mazarin on the left, Horvath up front and Zabo on the wing today because, of course, if we can find them, Horvath and Farkas both still injured. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. Looking forward to this one. If we can get the win against Ferencváros, it puts us in such a commanding position so early on in the league season. Even if we don't win, we just draw, we still maintain that 3-point gap to them, which I think is very important, to be fair. As Sloboda gets the ball cleared. Is Zoltan going to win that one? He nearly does. Not quite, but got there nearly. Couldn't quite make the tackle in the end. But we have got the pressure on the Ferencváros team right now as they look to bring it forward. They get it out wide to their winger who can put the ball into the middle. He does, and it's pushed onto the post by Mreza. That was very close. Of course, Mreza is playing today because our usual first choice keeper is still injured. I forgot to mention that one as well. Smolovici, I think he's called. I can't quite remember now. It's been like a few days since I played this save file, so I have forgotten the keeper's name that we brought in over summer. But Mreza playing in lieu of him today. Mazerin on the ball, though, he is our left winger, and he's been tackled, which isn't great. I thought he was going to go forward and cut through everyone and score, but he hasn't quite, as he's lost possession and now trying to build up from the back. Ferencváros coming forward, though Mazerin does get the challenge in there, one-on-one with the keeper, puts it past him for his 7th goal of the season, the top scorer at the club. You love to see it from him, and he puts us 1-0 up, and as it stands right now, 6 points clear at the top of the table. Not quite sure what their right back or left back was doing there, but Mazerin just capitalises on that and can just about curl it around the keeper into the bottom corner. So for me, what I want now is just a really boring game with no highlights. A 1-0 win over Ferencváros would suit me down to the ground. On the ball right now, though, Ferencváros are looking to come forward and grab that equaliser. They've come close there with Nikolov's header going over the bar, but with 30 minutes played, we've not seen too much from them in terms of actual quality opportunities yet. Saying that, though, they are coming forward right now, and this could be a quality opportunity for them. We have seen a lot more of them coming forward than we've gone forward, so that's a little bit worrying. This time, how did that not go in the back of the net over the bar that time as well? Ferencváros are having a bit of a poor time in front of goal today. Zoltan Horvath on the ball for us, though, into Mazerin, into Szabo. Szabo shoots and scores. Wow, you love to see it. What a great end to the first half there. A 2-goal cushion against Ferencváros as well. Really, really poor pass from Ferencváros. We've seen a few of those today. Zoltan gets the ball into Mazerin, Mazerin to Szabo, and that front three combining beautifully there. A lovely goal. So 2-0 up at half-time. Brilliant stuff. Let's just keep it as it is and get that 6-point gap to Ferencváros. And that would really do us a massive favour in winning the title this season. If we can get 6 points clear of them after 5 games, it kind of suggests that Ferencváros's season is going to be a rough one. There is a free kick for Ferencváros right now, though, and they've been very unlucky there not putting that in the back of the net. I think it hit the crossbar, bounced off the line, and was lucky to be cleared. And if we score at the other end of the pitch, I'll go mental. Zoltan Horvath on the ball, into the middle. It's not quite got to intended target. Szabo on the ball still. Szabo can do something clever with it. Can't quite get the ball into Mazerin, and it's cleared. And I think that might be the end of the highlight. It is. That would have been really frustrating for Ferencváros to nearly score at one end and then concede at the other. The best player on the pitch, though, Mazerin, is looking particularly tired. He's going to come off for Kalmar. Rossini on a yellow card is going to swap out for Huzarik as well. And I'm also thinking that maybe Sloboda and Djordjevic and Turitsov might have to come off. I think what we'll do actually is make 3 changes all at the same time. Gaul will come on for Sloboda to keep him rested up. 25 minutes to go. I reckon we've got it in the bag. Can we grab a third goal to really seal it and put it in the bag? As Yordanov on the ball, plays it into Djordjevic. Djordjevic into Lenigel. Lenigel gets a great ball out to Turitsov. Szabo can get it back to Turitsov. Lenigel maybe can. Lenigel does. In towards Szabo. Not the best ball in the world there. Szabo wasn't quite ready for it, and it's actually Ferencváros looking to build out from the back now rather than us looking to score a third goal. Unfortunately, Nikolov does get there. Their number 7 on the ball right now cuts to the outside to put the cross into the middle. Nikolov is there, but Mreza with a very good save. Oh, the highlights actually continuing there. Mreza put the ball out to Szabo. Szabo then played it back to Djordjevic, who's now got the ball back in his hands, or his feet, I should say, into Huzarik. Makes it 3. You love to see it. It's a 3 points here for us today. We have FN them a little bit, to be fair. 20 shots to 9 shots. It's just that our quality of possession and shots has been a whole lot better than Ferencváros, who looked to have been pretty wasteful most of the game, to be fair. Turitsov on the ball. Can he put this one into the middle? He dances past a few players. Szabo into Kalmar. Kalmar back to Gaul. Let's try and get Horvath on the score sheet today. He nearly did there. Great header, but just saved by the keeper. And as the clock ticks down, that is going to be that. 3-0 to us. You love to see it. 3-0, 3 points, 6 points clear of Ferencváros now after only 5 games of a season. I mean, I'm saying it very early on, but I think the title is ours to lose. So there we go. 5 games in a row won in the league in the first 5 games. That's absolutely fantastic. The transfer window shuts in a day or two. I'm not planning on making any more signings. We're a little bit light up top, but we can bring in some under-23 players that I think might be able to do the job in the more advanced positions up the field. So I'm not too fussed about bringing anyone in just yet. So no one else to come into the club. We've then got international break, which I'll go and play very quickly. And I'll see you very shortly for the Debrecen game. Didn't realise actually, but Ferencváros have spent big, £8.5 million on transfers this summer. Obviously, we've not spent that much because we already had a pretty good team capable of winning the league, in my opinion. We've added to it where we needed to add to it. but we didn't need to spend that much money. I'm interested by Ferencváros doing that, to be fair. And as well, Ferencváros, they've spent £2.5 million on one particular player there. In total, actually, Ferencváros have spent nearly £10 million on players. That's really interesting. So I'm not quite sure bigger spenders aren't Ferencváros. I did just check, and Ferencváros have only spent £8.5 million. So I'm not quite sure why Ferencváros aren't there, but weird. Quite a few bugs in the game revealing themselves in today's episode, which seems a little bit strange, doesn't it? So we've managed to get through all of the international break, and we're now here for the Debrecen game, which should be quite good. They're sitting 7th in the table. I think they're a newly promoted side, so theoretically, on paper, it should be a routine win. And if we play the way we did against Ferencváros and win 3-0 against them, and play the same way against Debrecen, I feel like it should be another pretty routine victory. And I think given that most players had a rest over the international break, a few players did play some international football. Zoltan Horvath, for example, must have played some international football because he's on 87% condition, which isn't great. Did he score any goals? No, but he has got 3 caps to his name now. But he is looking a bit tired. So I think what we do is we keep Zabo on that right wing because Attila Horvath and Eric Farkas are both still injured, not quite ready for it. We've not really got any good right wingers, but we might have some good young strikers instead of Horvath potentially playing. We could bring on... Well, there's not actually that many great players, are there, to be fair. We could bring Tyson Furman on. I'd like that, but he's unregistered to play in the league. So we're going to have to bring on... I think we played him on the right wing earlier on the season. We'll have to bring this guy up front. C03, that's what we'll call him. He'll play up front for us today, although actually he's on 83% condition himself. So actually, it doesn't make a difference, does it? Let's just bring on Zoltan Horvath and let's just use the same team again. Let's go. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. Fingers crossed we get the results that we deserve here today. And I think we do deserve to keep winning games. We've been playing really well so far this season. Debrecen, obviously a newly promoted side in the mid-table right now, so they are doing very well themselves and they obviously deserve their position. But I think as Zabo puts it in the back of the net for his 3rd goal of the season, he has really taken the opportunity to play on that right wing with both hands. Obviously, both Horvath and Farkas injured to play on that right-hand side. So Zabo, it's giving me a headache because he's scoring goals. And I'm thinking maybe we need to start him in more games. Maybe Zoltan Horvath has to take a few games off every now and again to get Zabo on the pitch. Unfortunately, Ferencváros aren't playing at the same time as us, so we can't see them hopefully lose another game, which would be absolutely fantastic if they did. If they dropped 9 points to us this early on in the season as, well, out of nowhere, Debrecen have scored a very good goal there, I've got to say. But if Ferencváros dropped 9 points to us, you've got to start questioning, are they ever going to catch us up? So slightly frustrating to be pegged back just before half-time and now lose the lead just before half-time. The worst bit about this is, of course, 2 shots on target for them, 2 goals. You hate to see it. Okay, not a great look for us at half-time, but we can turn this around, okay? Aggressively, come on lads, show a bit more desire. Let's start the second half. Let's go attacking and let's say get creative out there right away. We are creating the opportunities. We're just not scoring those goals right now. And in the meantime, 3 shots on target. Debrecen now with 3 goals. But basically, we're Debrecen are doing to us what we did to Ferencváros last game. You hate to see it. How is this happening? Let's go very attacking then. Let's go show some passion. And we may need to make some changes. Kalmar on for Mazdarin, who's not playing very well whatsoever. Sloboda on a 6.4 off for Gaul. I'm tempted even to bring Gita on, although actually Tiritzol's playing the best out of everyone on the team right now, almost. Apart from Lenny Gel on an 8.1 rating. That seems a bit bizarre to me. But either way, changes had to be made. We've done this. We might bring on another attacker if we can do later on, but we've not really got the versatility in the squad right now to do that. As Djordjevic into Rossili. Rossili back out to Gaul. Kalmar on the ball, shoots, scores. Okay, it's 3-2. We're back in the business a little bit. Despite not starting a game, I don't think, so far this season, Kalmar is up to 4 for the season now, which is absolutely fantastic for him. 20 minutes or so to go. Again, let's say get creative out there. Let's try and score a goal. If we can just even salvage a draw at this stage, that would be good. But with 21 shots to 13, and 13 on target, you'd think we're doing a bit better than this. Somehow, though, we're not winning. Huzurik's going to come on for Djordjevic then in that attacking midfield. Be an attacking midfielder on attack. Let's just try that. Come on, lads. Can't quite believe what's happening here. Let's get a draw at least. No? No? No, apparently not. We've lost it 3-2. And we've lost the lead of the league as well. You hate to see it. That is absolutely mental as well, isn't it? Absolutely mental. The team that went to go and beat Ferencváros, who are arguably the best team in the league 3-0, then go and just get dominated. Or not dominated, we just lose. We just cannot win the next game. Come on, Haladas, do us a favour and beat Ferencváros. Otherwise, our win against them was all in vain. We're back down to 3 points ahead of them now, which is still a good thing, but that's a very annoying loss. But at least we have demonstrated that it can happen both ways. We can FM people and also be FM'd. I have just gone to rest all the players because in a few days' time we are playing Ludogorets in the Europa League Group Stages, and we need to win this game. We really, really need to win this game actually, because our Europa League group, I don't think we're going to be beating Monaco or Sporting Lisbon at all. So I think the best chance we've got is to come third in our group and then drop down into the Europa Conference League. And by doing that, we need to be beating Ludogorets. And Ludogorets are our biggest rivals. So getting a win against them today would be huge. Oh, I like this. We seem to be moving stadium for every single different European game. This time we're playing in this stadium, which belongs to Ferencváros. I don't think we've played in this one before. I think we played in a different one last time. But we're going to be playing in a different stadium because, of course, our stadium is too small and the board won't expand the stadium to make it big enough, which is a little bit annoying, obviously. But I like how we're going to do a tour of Hungary by the looks of things with our different stadiums. Anyway, the lineup. Gornet's got to come off because he's suspended on the bench, so fair enough. Roos will come on for him instead. That's easy done. Right, let's also get rid of the under-19s and the B team. Makes it a bit easier to see what we're doing here. Now, the thing is, the team we've got on the pitch right now is the best team, really, I've got to say. Potentially, we could swap Rossili and Huzarik around a little bit. Obviously, we want to get Zoltan. Obviously, we want to get Attila, Horvath and Farkas back onto the pitch soon. By looks of things, Attila might be... I think we leave the lineup as it was, which is very risky considering we just lost the game. But we did then beat Ferencváros before that. It's very difficult to know what to do. I think we do that and we bring Attila Horvath on later on in the game for Zabo. But at the same time, Zabo's the one scoring the goals. Zoltan has not scored for a good few games now. So do we swap these two over and bring Attila Horvath on for Zoltan Horvath? But Zoltan Horvath is a 5-star quality player in our lineup and has the ability to do, things that any other player on the pitch can't do. So I feel like we have to start him even if he's not scoring the goals. So despite that entire big debate in my head, we are going to play the game without any changes for lineup. Actually, how's our goalkeeper looking? He's pretty much back. Serafimovski's pretty much back. It's not quite match sharp. No, I can see the match sharpness being a massive impact, and suddenly we then lose the game because he's not match sharp. He'll play the next game, which is the cup game, and he'll get his match sharpness back. I think for this one, we leave Moreza for now. He did have a mare in the last game, but he did very well, very, very well against Ferencváros, I've got to say. But is having a mare in the first minute against Ludogorets. You hate to see it as they go 1-0 up. So in my last two games, Moreza has had 4 shots against him, and all 4 of them have gone in the back of the net, or at least 4 shots on target, which he has to save, and he's not made any single one of those saves. Maybe we should have put our normal goalkeeper on, just taken the risk with that match sharpness. You hate to see it. Either way, Ludogorets coming forward again in the area, and Moreza this time actually makes a save. The highlight is actually continuing though, is that Turetsov on the ball now, plays it into Zabo on that right-hand side, who cuts inside very nicely, into the middle, shoots and scores an amazing goal. And he heard me. He must have heard me saying I'm thinking about dropping him to bring Attila Horvath back on the pitch. But how can I when he's doing things like that? I mean, what a run. What a goal from Zabo, from distance too, curling around the keeper. Fantastic goal that. Zoltan Horvath, why should we start you? The question seems to be asked about Zoltan Horvath now. He's not scoring the goals so frequently. He's not scored for the past few games or so. Zoltan, maybe we take him off the pitch and bring Zabo up front and then get Attila Horvath back on the right wing. What would you guys do? Let me know in the comment section. What would you guys do? Because I'm genuinely stumped at it. In this particular game, we are going to take Zabo off at some point in the second half because he is on 75% condition. Must have taken a little bit of a knock somewhere. So it might be sensible to give him a little bit of a rest. Also, it would be quite good to get Attila Horvath back on the pitch for a little while. So I think for the final half hour or so, Attila will bring him on for Zabo there. Lenigel really not playing particularly well today on a 6.4 rating. He's going to come off for Huzarik, who can drop into that deep line playmaker role. I think a lot of players are a bit nervous. Low ratings across the board, considering we are actually on top in the stats, to be fair. That seems a little unusual. Let's say get creative out there to them with 20 minutes or so to go in this game. Free kick coming in from Attila Horvath, and it's gone in the back of the net. Yordanov gets the goal in the end there. Fantastic stuff. Is it going to stand? It is going to stand. I thought the race going to the assistant referee to complain there, but he hasn't. I think it's headed by Brankovic down, and then Yordanov sort of gets his foot on the end of the ball, puts it in the back of the net. Let's just drop down to a little bit more of a balanced situation right now. As Monaco and Sporting are drawing, that plays into our favour massively. Djordjevic on the ball into Rossili. Come on, lads. I believe in us. Yordanov on the ball. Can we grab a third goal here? No, apparently not. He plays it all back to his centre-back partner there and didn't really need to do that, I don't think. Yordanov, though, playing out to Sloboda. Sloboda into Yordanov once again, the goal scorer. Can he get the ball forward? Back to Sloboda, into Rossili. Rossili into Huzarik. Huzarik into Zoltan Horvath, who's not having a great impact today. Imagine with a good shot there, but a good save from Ludogorets there. Nice opportunity for us. It's good to see that we are working the ball quite nicely and doing some good stuff with it, as Huzarik gets on the end of that corner, but goes well wide in the end. 10 minutes to go in today's game. Anyone else that I want to bring on? I'm going to bring on this guy, Zoltz Kulskar. He is a regen that we've had at the club, actually. Predates me being at the club. Was on loan last season at a team in Slovakia. And has sort of come back and is in contention for a first team place. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. I think it's worth giving him a little run out in the final 10 minutes or so, just to see what he can do in place of Rossili. But he's not really got... Oh, he's got himself a yellow card. But other than that, he's not really had a whole opportunity to show what he can do. But he has helped us see out the game and get the crucial win there. Sporting managed to beat Monaco right at the end there as well, which kind of helps us out a little bit, because it does give us a 3-point buffer to Monaco as well, which is kind of helpful. But a great way to start our Europa League Group Stage campaign. In the process, we've been given £490,000 for that win. You love to see it, and hopefully we can just keep it going. Unfortunately, though, that is going to be the end of today's episode. 3 games for you. One very bizarre one against the Brecon, but 2 really impressive big wins there, which I'm really happy with. Next episode, we are going to go and try and get through a lot of these fixtures, because we've stayed around the early parts of the season for a long time. We're like 4 or 5 episodes into this series now, into this season, I should say, and we've barely got anywhere into the season. So, next episode, we're going to go and do, I think, this Sporting game. Maybe play Kapasvar and Haladas off camera and then do Ludogorets or something like that. Because I feel like the Ludogorets game are quite important because, well, actually, I suppose it depends how we get on against Monaco and Sporting there and things like that. But definitely come back for that Sporting game, and we'll see what else we'll do next episode. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have done, drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Go follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. Tomorrow at 7 PM we'll be live streaming. And other than that, I'll see you tomorrow. So have a great evening. Have a good one. Goodbye.